Let me tell you something I wish somebody had told me on my first day. Being a spy is nothing like you see on TV. Showdowns in exotic locales, death-defying car chases, seemingly limitless food and beverage per diems. Those days are over. What we deal with is the collection and manipulation of information, plain and simple. And thanks to the wonders of telephone communication, we don't even have to leave our desks anymore. Is it fun? Not really. Does it pay well? Well, that depends on how long you've been here. But listen, if you keep your head down and do what's asked of you, 15, 20 years down the line, you could have a nice looking corner office just like this one. Heated underground parking, too. Not too shabby, is it?
Sounds okay.
Yeah, I'm not too bowled over by you either, but let's try to make the best of it. Since it's your first day, let's see what they taught you in the academy. The woman we're about to call is Lacey Mendoza. She's a production manager at our latest competitor, Rev Inc. Our top engineer, a fellow by the name of Sebastian Cartwright, was working on a top secret project when he was abducted along with his plans. We're beginning to think that Cartwright might be involved in whatever they're doing over there at Rev, and possibly against his will. There's 3 things I'm going to need you to find out. 1. Where this test facility is located. 2. What's the easiest point of entry. And 3. Whether or not they have Sebastian. I pulled all the information I could on Lacey and compiled it in this scrapbook. It's not much, but it might help you gild the lily. Any questions?
What's Rev Inc.?
No idea. There's nothing on the books to prove it exists. My guess is that it's just a front for one of the big boys.
Tell me more about Sebastian.
Brilliant engineer. Bit of an eccentric. Has a Jones for clean energy, whatever that is.
Any advice?
Get her to trust you. Pretend to be someone from her past. Someone she cares for but hasn't kept in touch with. Old classmate, former co-worker, that sort of thing. Whatever you do, don't pretend to be a loan manager. You won't make it past hello.
How do I use the scrapbook?
It's a scrapbook. You turn the pages with your hands and look through it with your eyes. Then your eyes take what they see to your brain, and your brain uses that to come up with ideas. Though maybe not in your case.
Enough talk. Let's call her up.
This is an important mission, so make it count.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours. This is Lacey. Who's speaking?
Guess who?
You'll have to forgive me. I'm having some trouble placing you. We haven't heard from outsiders in quite some time.
Only the best roommate you've ever had.
Clara? You sound really different.
So do you. I actually thought you were a man when you first picked up.
Really? Well, it's probably just a bad line or something.
That's probably it.
You're not with Decilio, are you?
Who's Docilio?
Never mind. We've just had a lot of outside interference lately, and we need to be extra careful about who we speak to. So if you really are Clara, I'm going to need some proof. Why don't we start with you telling me the address of our old apartment?
"42 Overlook Terrace."
Wow, it really is you! But how on earth did you get this number?
Your mother gave it to me.
Stop it right there. I've had it up to here with her meddling. First she writes the newspaper, and now she's got you doing her dirty work?
That's not true at all. The reason I'm calling was I want to be a part of it.
You want to be a part of Rev Inc.?
Sure. Seems fun.
I'll have to double check with Sebastian, but I'm sure he would be glad to have you on. A few of our members recently escaped, so we could use the extra help.
Lucky me.
One of our people will be in touch. Speak soon.
Well, you got 1 out of 3. Not terrible for a first try. Who knows? Maybe in a few years you'll be ready to man the phones for real. Why don't you take a coffee break and then get started on some light clerical work? Let me tell you something. Being those and is it but less 50 he
Sounds...
yes the our top begin there's 1 2 and I pull any
What?
no
Tell...
real
How do...
it's in your though maybe
Any advice?
get her to trust you. Someone whatever
Enough talk.
This is an important mission, so make it count.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours. This is Lacey. Who's speaking?
Guess who?
You'll have to forgive me. I'm having some trouble placing you. We haven't heard from outsiders in quite some time.
Only the best roommate you've ever had.
Clara? You sound really different.
So do you. I actually thought you were a man when you first picked up.
Really? Well, it's probably just a bad line or something.
That's probably it.
You're not with Docilio, are you?
Who's Docilio?
Never mind. We've just had a lot of outside interference lately, and we need to be extra careful about who we speak to. So if you really are Clara, I'm going to need some proof. Why don't we start with you telling me the address of our old apartment?
"42 Overlook Terrace."
Wow, it really is you! But how on earth did you get this number?
Your ex gave it to me.
He did? How did he... What did he say?
He says that he's ready to change.
Well, it's a little too late for that, isn't it? No, of course it is. I mean, I've moved on. I have a new job, a new life. I even have a new boyfriend. His name is Sebastian, and he's a brilliant inventor who loves me very much.
Looks like you found her Achilles' heel. Keep pressing down on it.
He says you showed him the light. From what I've seen, he's an entirely new man.
Really? I don't know. I have a whole new life with Sebastian now. I'm actually with someone who shares my values and wants to make the world a better place. What do you think, Clara? Should I throw that all away for someone who lied to me like that?
Forget about what happened at the altar. You two were really the perfect couple.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I missed him.
Why don't you tell me where you are, and I'll have him come meet you?
Are you absolutely sure I should be doing this?
Absolutely.
Okay, we launch in 4 weeks, so I'll break it to Sebastian after then.
Is there any way he could come visit you before then?
That might be tough. The company has had a few problems keeping personnel, so they had to initiate lockdown measures to keep some of us from leaving. The only way in is through a sewer grate at the side of the island.
Where are you exactly?
A small island 30 miles northeast of Tahiti. Sebastian says we need to keep a low profile to avoid sabotage. Don't tell him to come, though. I need to handle this in my own time.
Of course.
I have to get back to work, but thank you for reaching out like this, Clara. You really are a blessing.
Anytime, Lacey. Anytime.
That was ruthless. Never have I seen a rookie take so quickly to the kind of unconscionable duplicity this line of work calls for. Oh, you keep that up, and you're gonna make it far in this business. Take a break. You deserve it.
Nice haircut.
Better times.
Have you ever thought about growing it back?
Every single day.
Not much competition in this Employee of the Month game, is there?
Not as long as I'm around.
So, what should I call you? Barney? Mr. Turner?
Folks around here call me Turn.
Does that mean they're going to start calling me Kova?
No.
All right. Good talk. Anything I can do to help out?
We're on standby till Penderbrook gives us our next assignment. You can go introduce yourself to the rest of the team if you want. I don't care.
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Suit yourself.
Looks like I'll need a key card to get this thing to work. Outside Intelligence is looking to start a competitive Jai-Alai team to play against the Bellows Bloodhounds. What the heck is Jai-Alai?
It's pronounced Highline.
What the heck is High-Lie?
If you don't even know what it is, you're not welcome on the team.
Sure are a lot of people in there. About 50 at least. That font's pretty hard to read.
It's not a font, it's a foreign film from Japan.
Well, yeah, I knew that. The Japanese language also has fonts, and this one's pretty hard to read. Good movie?
Utterly breathtaking. It's almost 20 years old and still ahead of its time.
I'd love to see it.
Well, it's very hard to get a hold of. Have to be in the right circles, which you're obviously not. Roaming the halls already, are we?
Turns said I could have a break.
You deserve a vacation after what you accomplished during that phone call. Do you think she'll really go back to that fiancé?
How do you know about that?
Everything that occurs in this office falls under my purview, especially the comings and goings of our latest recruits.
You spy on the spies?
Someone has to. Now what is it you want?
Who are you?
Thornton Penderbrook, Office Manager, Division of Outside Intelligence, Heir Apparent to Penderbrook Motors, International Traveler, Raconteur, and Bon Vivant.
Oh, well, my name's Noomi. I'd like to do a field mission.
A field mission? Oh, that's rich! Most of our work is handled over the phone these days. We only have one agent in the field. There's no need for any more.
Is there any situation where I could work in the field?
For that to happen, every single agent in this office would have to become indisposed.
So it is possible then.
If that kind of wild optimism is what you need to continue your interminable existence, far be it from me to tell you otherwise.
Can I have the code for the outbound research division?
The bullpen for the telephone division falls under Mr. Turner's domain, and he prefers to, keep that to himself. My only dealings with him is through the company mail system.
Turn doesn't trust you.
It's my understanding that Mr. Turner lost his government position due to information about him being leaked. Ever since then, he's been very particular about office protocols.
I should get back to work.
Before you do, let me ask you a question. Have you ever taken the time to stroll the docile woods?
Are you asking me out on a date?
You think I'd ask a lonely assistant out on a date? Perish the thought! If you're that intent on taking a shortcut up the corporate ladder, you might find more success reaching for one of the lower rungs. I think Agent Horace might be available.
You're disgusting.
Off you go!
That desk's a little tall, isn't it?
It's meant for standing.
Why would anyone want to stand when they could sit?
You'll understand when you're older.
Looks like these mail slots connect to the bullpen on the other side.
All inter-agent communication must be approved by yours truly.
Out of order. Guess I'll have to hold it. Hi, I'm Noomi Kovacs.
Well, you must be the latest Oi boy.
I'm a girl, a woman, actually.
Didn't mean to offend my soon-to-be friend. It's all just a part of our office vernacular. Although in terms of inclusion, it's less than spectacular. Around here, outside intelligence gets shortened to OI. And it's been a while since we've had our female spy. Let me introduce myself. Hab Applecott's the name. Equipping agents is my claim to fame. You need gadgetry, you come to me. Forgery too, I'll make you an honorary degree.
What's with all the rhyming?
Most of my work is pretty mundane. Speaking like this keeps me from going insane.
Do you have any advice on how I can get some field work?
Around here, that's unfortunately Horace's domain. And between you and me, that's a downright shame. He won't use my inventions, says he's found better kinds. But that's only because he pockets everything he finds. If I were in charge, I'd send him on a permanent vacation. But Turn won't do it. I think he fears retaliation.
What's the deal with Turn? He seems a little off.
He was once a federal field agent, considered one of the best, but was fired for sending his partner on a self-serving quest. She took most of the flack, was temporarily jailed, and ever since then his career's been derailed. You'd be cranky too if that happened to you.
help me replace Horace in the field?
Well, Horace is more a pain than I'd like to admit. Too loose with his lips and totally lacking in wit. But going out on a limb for a perfect stranger? Why, a stunt like that could put my job in danger.
I promise to return the favor.
And what makes you think you'll be around to repay? Turns fired assistants after only one day.
I'll charm him with my good looks.
Turn hasn't shown interest in anyone in years. Giving an answer like that just confirms all my fears.
I'm smart, practically a genius.
Intelligence is something that one has to prove. All right, go ahead and make your first chess move.
What can I say to impress you today?
There's a step in the right direction. Keep bringing the rhymes and you might pass inspection.
I'll stand here for weeks on end, if that's what it takes to call you friend.
You've impressed me thus far, but how long can that last?